Great. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Silent Podcast, where we are anything but silent. I am here with my co-host Janelle. I am Katie, and we are here with our most recently, very sadly evicted house guest, Izzy. Izzy, how are you? We're all rooting for you. We're happy to be talking to you, but we're very sad to be talking to you at the same time.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm devastated. I still feel incredibly emotionally connected to the house, and I'm watching the feeds and trying to stay up to date, but it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to not see you on the feeds, and we have a lot of questions about all of your catching up. But my first question is an unofficial question for you. In your preseason press, we heard from you that you watched all seasons of Big Brother 2 times since January of this year, and I need to know your watch schedule and how you did it.
Well, that's actually been misquoted.
Okay.
I've seen almost all seasons and some of them twice. So
okay.
Just for the record, because I know that was like a whole big.
We were very impressed. We need to know how you did it.
Hyperbole, but anyway, I did my studying. I love these games. I was first introduced to this type of game in Survivor, and from Survivor I came to Big Brother and was equally as obsessed with the intricacies and the differences, and I'm just a lover of these kind of games. So
awesome. I know, we could tell you're a gamer.
Yeah.
We could tell. Okay, great. So given that you've been catching up on everything, what is the most surprising thing that you've learned about your time in the house while you were there since catching up? Have you learned anything that you weren't aware of?
Oh, I mean, yes. I mean, I guess not my feelings about, but learning more about Jared has been difficult for me. Learning about his participation maybe inadvertently in my eviction has been really hard. Learning that he suggested Suri and him vote me out at one point was really hard. I put my game fully tied to them, and it's been complicated for me.
Yeah. We saw a little bit of the Jared Corey fight in the episode last night. I'm just guessing that you have come up to speed with that.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that fight? And also, if you had stayed this week, what would have been your game plan?
Oh, those are two big questions. I unfortunately, I'm maybe not surprised about the fight. I'm disappointed by it. But look, people do all sorts of things to try to backpedal or to try to cover themselves in all situations in the house. And it is what it is. Ultimately, I agree with Corey in the fight. I just think that, I just think I was a casualty. But too big of a player maybe to take out at that time in that way without everyone realizing where they were going to go after the fact. Yes, I was connected to a lot, but you have to also analyze how much I'm connected to before you try to get me out and figure out where you're going to land after that. So unfortunately, I feel like Corey was working harder, not smarter in that situation. And now he's really in a pickle, and Suri and Jared are really, really in a bad place. So that's hard. If I had stayed, I mean, I don't know, I was going to try and backdoor Cameron as well. So I'm not, and given if the fight had happened and I didn't know what I know now, I would have also probably nominated Corey in America. So in terms of this week, I agree with choices that have been made.
I think we have time for one more. We saw you try to open Jared's eyes a little bit with some of his perspectives about how he spoke about women, some of his views on women maybe that he's been with, or his preferences for women that he's been with. And then we saw right after that conversation, which it sounds like you know about, that he suggested to Suri that he wanted to target you. Just wanted to get your feeling on that, since it sounds like you are aware of that conversation that took place.
Yes, I am. It's maybe one of the conversation. I stand by my conversation with him. I'm not saying any of that, but I feel like sometimes I forgot with Jared that I am also still playing Big Brother with Jared. It felt different with Suri. It felt like a real partnership. I felt like we were a unit. And so I felt like I worked really hard to try to connect with Jared the way that I was connecting with Cherie. I mean, I felt in a complicated situation with the two of them, a happy situation, one that I made sloppily on the first day. And I think about that all the time as well. But I believe in Jared. Jared was kind to me. He is a kind, good person. And I feel like I wanted to just stretch him and help him think about things in a different way. And I
appreciated that conversation a lot.
We as women appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But it looks like that's all we have time for. So sad. We at Silent Podcast were rooting so hard for you, Izzy. It was great to talk to you. Have the great rest of your day.
Yes. Thank you. Come back and join us sometime, Izzy.
Please.
I would love to. Thank you.
Thank you so much.